Oh yeah, man. You land some heavy ones on them, man. I mean, everything you said is important. You know, other groups of people, they practice cooperative economics, and that's
Hmm.
something that black people need to tap into. In 2016, I started a food co-op. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
I
You got
remember.
communities like Glenville or Huff with 10,000, 20,000 people. If everybody put in $100, we can have our own. What's $100 times 20,000? We can have our own grocery stores. We can have our own farms and land, and we can have more control of the situations because if we see like we have a gas station in every hood, we have a hair shop in every hood, we have a restaurant in every hood, and they selling the same stuff, they selling the same product. So this group of people, say like the Arabs, they all selling the same thing. They can buy in bulk and get
Yep.
things for cheaper. You go to every Chinese restaurant, they selling the same thing. They not selling something different from each other. You know what I'm saying? So they putting in a little bit of money to help moving the entire group of people forward, not one individual. They have rules, they have regulations, they have a code. When you go into the Jewish community, the women dress a certain way, the men
Yep.
dress a certain way. People don't dress any type of way. They
Yep.
got rules and regulations. They have positions. You go into the Arab community, the men dress a certain way, the women dress a certain way. The same thing for Italians, Asians, or whatever. But as black people, we'll dress any type of way. We'll eat
Hmm.
anything. You know what I'm saying? The Arabs and the Muslims, they don't eat certain stuff. Jewish people don't eat certain foods. We'll eat anything.
Right.
We'll say anything. We'll do anything. Even when it comes to handling street situations, even with like the movies, the old school mafia movies, you got to get permission for you touch
Yep.
anybody. And when you do
That's
it, you
right.
got to do it the way that they tell you to do it. But in our community, shoot any and everybody and going on about your day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things. Like our roles is so loose, where in other communities is rigid. Everybody got a position. If we playing football, it's only one quarterback. It's only
Exactly.
one running back. There's only one head coach. So you got to play your position. So I think in the black
Absolutely.
community, sometimes we just be going against each other. But I don't want to go on no tangent or nothing about or nothing like that. But I just had to say that.
No,
So
no, no, it's cool, bro, because you spoke truth, right? But the beautiful thing about it is we recognize that there is a problem and there is a solution, right?
Mhm.
That's actually just programming. Like nobody goes against their own people, somebody that looks like them unless they're programmed to do so, right? So, for example,
Mhm.
brothers like you spend a lot of time working on his mind. Whereas, unfortunately, a lot of our youth, they don't spend a whole lot of time working on their mind because they got all these things coming at them. They got society telling them which way that they should be, how they should dress, how they should talk, how they should act. And when they do act like that, right? So, like for example, I'm sure you heard this growing up. If somebody speaks what we like to call proper English, we're told that they're talking white. But if somebody
Mhm.
speaks, just in the way that us as black people speak, we're told we're hood. So it's like, which one is it? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then now you got all of these agendas where if, and I was just listening to 19 Keys, he was talking about this with his father. He was like, if I want to kill a heterosexual black man, it's a hit record. But if I talk about killing a gay person, a Jewish person, a white person, it's a hate crime. So you telling
Yeah.
me the exact same thing, but I just shift the focus to my own people. I get I get Grammys and millions of dollars for talking about killing my own people, which is a hate crime if you really look at it. But the moment it's a non-black person, a non-straight person, then all of a sudden I'm, some type of terrorist or something. And see that type of programming is going into our children when they're watching TV, when they're looking at music videos, when they're listening to a lot of the music, everything, when you talk about systemic oppression and weapons of mass destruction, there's a lot of them from our education system to our justice system to our financial system to our healthcare system to entertainment. Everything is designed for us to fail. So for us to be able to push against all that, we can't do it individually. It has to be done as a unit. And unfortunately, it has to start from birth. Like you have to start with these lessons the moment that they are born, man. And if
Hmm.
you don't, by the time they're 9, 10 years old, I'm not saying that they're a lost cause, but it'll be very, very difficult to do so. But that's the reason why we are. Change is in the air, though. That's the thing that I love because we're starting to wake up and realize we don't have to subscribe to that agenda. We got our own agenda. So